Hello, and welcome to another episode of Film Seizure. My name is Chuck Moore. With me, as always, our Jeff Arbuckle. Say hello, Jeff Arbuckle.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm not going to do what you tell me to do.
That's right. And Jason Oliver. Hello, Jason.
Well, this is actually Jeff, or at least
Kind of Jeff, right?
You've already fucked it.
I started it and I was like, no.
You already fucked it.
This is actually Jeff. That's not something Jeff would say.
I didn't properly prep that joke. I apologize to everyone. This is Jason Oliver. Yes, hello, I'm here.
It's all staying in. It's all staying
failing jokes, just failing.
The reason Jason Oliver is failing jokes and pretending he's Jeff Arbuckle is because we're covering the 2020 American comedy slasher film Freaky from Christopher Landon. So last week we discussed Big, right? Which is a body kind of
transmorphing.
Yeah, transmorphing. It's not exactly the same as this, but you go from a young person to an old person in Big. The rest of this month is primarily horror, right? And I found it weird to transition from Big to all horror films. So it's like, let's do a horror film that kind of connects to Big.
Yeah.
Right? And this is not... Yeah, it's not...
I get what you're doing now. I wasn't picking it up last episode or the one before, but I'm picking it up now. Gotcha.
Yeah. So we're covering Freaky, which is... It's a fun movie. Like
it is. I had a good time watching it.
It is fun. It's fun.
There's not much more than that, right?
All right, and next week we're going to be talking.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have other than enjoyment of it, which is.
All right.
Go ahead, Jason. Go, please.
I have a little bit here. I had seen this before, but I had forgotten a lot of it.
Yeah.
The kills are really fun. So if you're a horror fan who's like primary thing with a slasher is it has to have fun kills, you're gonna be pretty happy on that score. I think it gets a flying A+, right? I mean, on the kills. I will say I was a little worried watching it again in the first act because I did not fucking like anyone, like not one person except for our lead, which thank God, because
I think that was kind of the point.
Yeah. Well,
because like
I didn't even like her friends that much.
Well, no,
right?
I didn't really either at first, but then like in a way, I kind of feel like either we're supposed to feel like Millie's sister Shar or the fucking butcher.
yeah, right.
Because even the kids that they kill in the cold open, it's like fuck those guys.
Oh yeah, they all had it coming. They all sucked. Alan Ruck, man,
he's awful, teacher, and I like it.
The shop teacher from hell, man.
He is.
He gets it good, and you're happy when it does. But his character is so over the top mean as a high school teacher.
He really is,
right? Especially given what our. Well, who are you calling the lead here? Vince Vaughn or Kathryn?
No, Kathryn Newton would be.
I'm calling Kathryn
because even with Vince Vaughn, he is acting like her, which. Hang on a second. We need to give special accommodation to Vince Vaughn in this movie because
we're going to get to that.
He could play this exceptionally cartoonish, but it's just right for the comedy, right? Like there was nothing there that I felt was, nothing about that felt. What's the word I'm looking for? No, well, it was exaggerated, but the right way.
I didn't think it was exaggerated that much.
Not that much. He played it really well.
He played it really well, but it wasn't offensive. Like, oh, he's got to basically do a gay voice to make this girl come out. No, it's not that at all. I mean, he has the affectation of a teenage girl.
Yeah, and I think it helps because Kathryn Newton's affectation is
adult.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she sounds very like there isn't I don't know how to say it. I'm going to not say anything at the risk of saying something wrong. But she like to emulate her, you don't have to like go
You don't have to go
the
wild.
far reaches of yes.
And
right.
But the thing is you can tell the two of them studied each other, which I'm gonna have to put that on Landon, on the director, saying, "Hey, you guys really need to get each other."
Yeah, I mean, whatever he did or whatever they did, it worked. I mean, they really do feel like what they're representing.
Yeah.
So what are they representing? We have
there is a magical dagger. That when you stab someone with it, it swaps your essence.
Well, if the well, there's another rule to it. It swaps their essence if the sacrifice is not correct.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was some sort of lore that the dagger was used in sacrifices, but if for whatever reason the gods or whatever, like if the gods didn't take your sacrifice, it swapped the bodies for 24 hours.
Well, she didn't kill him, or he didn't kill her. That would have been the true sacrifice. The fact
that because he hurt himself. I don't think he was supposed to hurt himself.
Maybe that's like part of the ritual. Like you to do the sacrifice, you have to inflict the pain on yourself and push.
I don't know. I think
if you can bring yourself to the point of death by sacrificing your ritual sacrifice, you still survive and you don't get swapped. Because
I mean, I agree with that.
I'm just
that's probably fine.
I mean, the thing is more than just the sacrifice. Sacrifice is part of your you're on the line here.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we really kind of get down to here though is none of that shit fucking matters.
No, it sure doesn't. They just needed something.
They needed something to make the movie go.
Switch, and then a MacGuffin that they had to introduce and get to
swap it back.
Swap it back. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
None of that shit matters.
So I think I mentioned this the first time I watched this, and this is a couple years ago now. I marvel that, like, in a world where people are like, Hollywood needs to be more original, right? Basically, you have Freaky Friday here.
Yeah.
And they're like, instead of it being a mom and a kid, let's just make it a serial killer and a kid.
It's Freaky Friday the 13th.
It's exactly that. I was going to say that next.
And they probably would have wanted to call it that, but they don't have the Friday the 13th rights. Yeah.
Right.
And Blumhouse was like, we ain't paying for that shit.
No. No, but this
is one of Blumhouse's like small budget wonders. That makes the money that helps other small budget wonders get made.
And then helps fund the Halloween movies you hate.
Well, not the ones that I mean,
they're the ones that you hate. Blumhouse,
I know. Well,
Blumhouse means the ones that you hate.
Well, Halloween Ends, I can be convinced to like very easily.
Interesting.
Well, let's talk about Kills. I cannot.
This movie was made for $6 million. That is nothing. In 2020.
No.
Well, that means Vince Vaughn took like $500,000, or maybe half of it.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, Kathryn Newton was not yet a Marvel, is not yet a Young Avenger, so she's not getting paid anything. She's working for scale, probably.
Yeah, is she a Young Avenger now? I don't even know that.
She's gonna be.
She's Scott Lang's daughter.
Interesting.
She had only done one Ant-Man movie before this, right?
I think. No, she was not in any Ant-Man movies until the new one.
I thought she was in the last one.
I don't think so.
Before the new one. No,
but she was in Paranormal Activity, so she was hanging out in the horror world. She was in Paranormal Activity 4. She was the lead in that, actually. But again, I guess her biggest movie before this was Pokemon, the Detective Pikachu. I
never saw that.
I didn't either. That looked fun. She's got a movie coming out that's called Lisa Frankenstein. I'm on board for that. I mean, never mind any other reason why I might be on board for any movie she's in.
Well, no shit. Diablo Cody wrote it.
Yeah.
So I am definitely into that. Huh.
Okay, so just let's get this out of the way. Chuck always talks about like running into Jenna Ortega everywhere. I run into Kathryn Newton everywhere online, and that's quite all right by me.
Yeah, I mean, Kathryn Newton's at least like she's what 26. Jenna Ortega's like a child, basically.
Kind of.
So the fact that
that
social
you end up
media is like it like floods me with her, and I don't know why.
What does the algorithms do?
Yeah, he gets Jenna Ortega, and I get Kathryn Newton. And I told him after he picked this movie, I was like, "You're just going to make it worse," and that's
yeah,
that's bizarre.
It is bizarre. Like my reels were Jenna Ortega. This is going to sound weird. When it first started they first started popping reels, which I think is an Instagram thing. It was Jenna Ortega.
Instagram and Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah. It was Jenna Ortega and breastfeeding videos. That's all I fucking got on reels. And I'm like, I'd like scroll through and be like, can I find like somebody making food or like something?
Well,
like
one of those is making food.
Well, it's just not point. Good point. That's a good point. Good point. But I'd like purposefully go out and seek people like cooking or something to try to, because you can't remove that from your feed. It's just there. And I'm like, I don't know. So yeah.
Is there not a like I don't like this button?
I don't know enough about how reels work. They're just there. I don't know. I should just stop using Facebook altogether. But it's pretty freaky the way they showed me all that stuff.
Interesting. Well, so what happens?
So yeah, you have the story of the Blissfield butcher, right?
I love the name of the town as Blissfield.
Blissfield.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. That should be the name of every town in every movie.
Any reason why you love it?
Because
or just because you love it?
It's part charade, right? Because it's like the facade of this blissful town that has this dark secret in it, the butcher, right? And it's just it just feels like, you know, it's Blissfield is like the place where you should move and you should live, but everybody's fucking miserable in this movie.
Well, what else? What else do you associate bliss with?
Beavers.
Ignorance.
Oh, well, beavers, because that's their mascot.
Yeah. Good job, Jeff. All right, I'm done asking the hard-hitting questions
because you ain't getting any good answers.
I was trying to figure out the town square of Blissfield, which set that was, because it feels so familiar. It feels like the town square of like every movie that has a town square.
Scream.
Maybe. Yeah, it's a little Scream.
The same one. It could have.
It also had a little bit of a Gilmore Girls look to it too.
Yeah. This is interesting. Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if Scream and Gilmore Girls use the same.
They probably did. What is that called? What's the name of that town in Gilmore Girls? Stars Hollow.
Stars Hollow. Yeah.
God, I'm surprised you guys know that. I've never watched that show. Actually, I think I've seen an episode or two. But yeah, we should talk. Like Christopher Landon is directing.
I think it is the same one. It looks so similar. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this movie has similarities to Scream. Even like Vince Vaughn when he's chasing down Kathryn, Millie, he does the stab kind of move from behind that Drew Barrymore gets. Yeah. And it's like there's some similarities there, and it's interesting to me that he has been chosen to direct Scream 7.
Makes sense.
Kind of makes sense. And I mean,
he gets the tone, I think.
It sort of makes sense that he made this movie because his Happy Death Day was the Groundhog's Day gimmick, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's updating a comedy gimmick and putting it in horror. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And you probably need to update the gimmick in Scream, so hopefully they figure that out.
Oh my god. I know you love it.
I know. I can't wait until 7 comes out and you tell us what that you're snoring through it or whatever.
I might like it. I mean, I liked 5.
I like 6 a lot, except for the last like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I like 6 more than 5, but just by a sliver.
But
anyway, back to Freaky. So I don't know, the Blissfield butcher kills a house full of kids, and he happens onto this magic knife, right? The Ladola that you mentioned, one of you two mentioned earlier. And this knife, when we'll only speculate how it works, but if you don't complete your sacrifice, it switches your body. And he runs into Kathryn, or Millie, excuse me, who is a girl at the school whose father died a year before. She has a mother who's constantly reeling her in, right? Like,
and constantly drunk too.
And constantly drunk. She only had one glass, Jeff. She's not Chardonnay-sted or Merloted. She just had one glass. Remember when Julie used to say that?
Yeah. Because she often was during episodes.
Yeah.
I thought we weren't going to talk about her. I thought she was dead to us.
She is. God damn it. Why did I do that? Jeff, you go now. I don't know where I am anymore.
Yeah. And so, like, Millie's older sister is kind of not around anymore. Shar, she's a cop,
right?
In Blissfield. And somehow this is the one universe in all the multiverse that this girl Millie would not be the cute girl in school. She is like thought of as a dork. One of the football players says that something about her not her beaver not making anybody hard or something.
Unless you don't look at her face or something.
Yeah, it's like okay.
Yeah.
And like she's just constantly like kind of picked on and bullied. And
it's funny though because she looks the same. She just wears different clothes and becomes hot.
Right. Well, but
so it is a joke,
right? It is a joke.
She gets that common serial killer self confidence.
Yeah,
well, yeah. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing as She's All That, right? It's like that's just Rachel Lee Cook with glasses on. Come on, guys, you fucking morons. It's like come on.
Come on.
My stupid bet.
Jason's. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, but anyway, so basically, she is not going to the homecoming, even though that's like a holiday in Blissfield, because her mom wants to go see Wicked.
Wicked
at the local, at the local playhouse.
Yeah,
which Millie kind of placates her mom, right? Like she doesn't stand up for herself really to say, no, I'm going to go to the dance with my friends.
I want to go to homecoming, not go to Wicked with you at the local theater, Mom.
Which is exactly what she should have said. Yes. And Chuck, you said it just like she would have said it, just like it. Yeah. Have you been body swapped?
I've been stabbed.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she, so she's like, but she will be at the homecoming game because she is the Blissfield Beaver, which she's the mascot, because that looks good on college. That's a classic joke, right? Like not the dorky kid, but like the kid who's like, putting out the college things, and it's like, oh, extracurriculars always look good or whatever. And it's like always the stupidest shit, right? And like for her, she's in a beaver costume the whole time.
Right.
And that kind of cracked me up. I ain't gonna lie. It's like, oh, that's funny. It's extracurriculars. But anyway, she was going to be picked up from the football game, even though the night before a bunch of their classmates got killed. They ain't canceling homecoming anything, because again, it's a big deal in Blissfield.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Christmas is what her friend says. It's like Christmas around here.
Bigger than Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like she is gonna wait for her mom to pick her up, who's late because she's passed out drunk. She is Merloted.
Yeah.
And so she's passed out on the thing, and her two friends, hang on a second. Where's the cast? Nyla and Josh.
Yeah. Another Josh.
Yeah.
But Josh last week too.
This Josh is very gay. In fact, there's a whole joke about that. That's actually really good too. Later.
Tell that joke, Jeff. What is it?
I'm not. No, not yet. Not yet. We're not to the role play portion of this episode.
Right.
That's something. Julie used to say that too.
Yeah, Julie did used to say that.
Yeah. Anyway, so she has to wait for her mom to pick her up. She tries to call her mom. Everybody leaves. The stadium shuts its lights off. And what shows up? Jason.
What?
What shows up at the football stadium?
The Blissfield Butcher. I feel like I just got caught.
Yeah, it's like, am I Alan Ruck all of a sudden? You fucking asshole!
I'm still looking up all the things that were filmed on Midwest Street in the Warner Brothers backlot.
Oh my god,
Chuck, you step in. You come in relief here for you.
Well, yeah, I mean it's the Blissfield Butcher, and he kind of has the Jason Voorhees look, right?
Yeah, he's got like a paper mache mask.
Julie used to do this type of research.
Yeah, she did. I miss Julie.
Sometimes I do too.
Well, we did like 4 or 5 episodes together, but God, this is wild. Now,
you'd think by now I could do my own research, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, he shows up, he chases her onto the football, like the lights go out on the football field, and she's like, please don't be the butcher, please don't be the butcher, please don't be the butcher. And it's the fucking butcher.
Of course
he chases her out on the football field. She hides under the stands for a little bit, and she thinks he's gone, and she walks out. Well, he's not gone.
He just jumps down, like wherever he was, like mystically floating. he's got masked serial killer, slasher killer powers.
He's got some of the Jason Voorhees powers, even though he's just a regular man with a magic knife. Important to note that
he got the magic knife in the first scene, right?
Yes, because the father of one of the girls that he killed in the opening was a horror artifact collector.
He was an art dealer.
He was an art dealer. Okay.
Yeah.
And he had this magic knife.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Holy crap. She thinks he's gone. Important to note, when her mom didn't show up, she called her sister Shar to come get her. So the police are coming.
Yeah, her sister Shar is a cop. Yeah.
Yeah, not in the capacity of the police, but they are coming. And he stabs her in the shoulder, which in turn injures him. And Char's like, get your fucking hands off of him or her. I don't know. The gender swapping confuses me.
Get weird in this one. Yeah.
Yes. I can't help myself.
There's even a joke about that too.
Yes, there is.
Yes. Yeah. So he runs off away, and Millie is okay for now. But overnight, she and he switched to become he and she.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Did I do that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. It took a lot longer for the curse to happen than it did to reverse the curse.
Yes, because it has to happen for some. Well, so yeah, we should probably talk about that.
It's Friday the 13th,
and it's Friday the 13th. I think that it has to be done.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just
that, but they just kind of like make that fun little connection. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to wait until midnight from when she stabbed for the switch, and then there's 24 hours until she has to stab him back to switch again.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, now Jason, now you take over. You done with your research?
What? Well, this is where like the comedy starts to come into play, right? Because it's kind of played as like a straight slasher at this point.
Yeah, the first 20 minutes is like a Scream movie.
Yeah, with and a pressing backstory, and we should also mention that the legend of the what is it, Blissfield
Butcher
is there have been strange murders happening for years. And they kind of tell it in the beginning, like, oh, that's just shit people make up. It doesn't actually happen. There was one, but he was like back in the 70s. He would be a geriatric now, whatever.
77 was when it started.
Yeah. So, but actually, yeah, I mean, there's this guy exists, and he does seem to like to kill around homecoming every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
It's not just the story.
Which is
But
funny. I can imagine, before you go on, I'm
no,
sorry.
you're fine.
I could imagine this kind of swap was supposed to have happened every 20 years, right? To make like extend this, but they couldn't figure out a way to make that story work, so they just threw it away and made him find the knife.
I kind of like that. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Like every 20 years, they would have had to successfully switch bodies so they could continue
Yep.
this
I like that.
killing
The
thing.
reign of terror.
Yeah, and I also like the Vince Vaughn's like killer guy. He's just like he lives in an abandoned mill and sells
The
drugs
homeless
to
dude.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's just a crazy homeless guy who also sells and does drugs.
Yeah.
Thinks he's a girl.
Yeah, that whole first scene.
I want to be a girl. I want to be a girl.
I want to feel like a girl.
I want to feel like a girl. Give me the drugs. But that's when the comedy starts. Like, you realize she's woken up into this crazy, weird man body.
She has no idea where she's at.
No
It's
idea where
Vince
she's at.
Vaughn's body. Ooh.
Yeah, he's a tall drink of water.
Yeah.
And he's strong, apparently, as we find out.
Yeah, he's kind of got the weird super. It's never really established, right? I mean, he's clearly a lot stronger than she's used to being. So
He's throwing children around. I mean,
yeah, he could. He's Vince Vaughn, but it's kind of like when you swing three bats before you step up the plate and swing one bat. That's what she's dealing with, right?
Well, and at one point she even lifts.
A great analogy.
It really is. It really is.
That's a really fucking good. I gotta give props to that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Props to that.
Okay.
I just gave props to it.
There you go.
Sorry.
Well, at one point she does lift one guy up.
About this movie yesterday, and she gave me that analogy, so I gotta give.
Julie's really good with analogies.
She is, yeah.
Because we do still keep in touch.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, of course you would. After everything she did. No, she does. Millie does use that strength and lifts a kid up too. Like at one point. So yeah, I mean,
yeah, she's tough.
She gets used to it.
He's formidable.
Yeah.
And then and now we're like, we've got a serial killer in the family home.
Right, which
Millie.
That whole thing where she like gets the knife and is like creeping up on her sister, and like the mom comes in and snatches that was good stuff too. That was pretty. I mean, it's fun. It's just fun scene.
It kind of reminds me of like a Child's Play gag.
Yes. You know? Yes. Like yeah. That's a good analogy to Did Julie give you that one.
I'm on fire.
Yeah. And then Vince Vaughn has to try, like, goes into town, not realizing that everybody now knows what the Blissfield Butcher looks like thanks to a police sketch. So he goes into town. And everybody thinks that he's the killer, right?
Because the sketch is dead on, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like Vince Vaughn. You ever seen The Cell? It looks like that guy.
The guy from The Cell.
Yeah.
Holy shit! You're out of your minds. You folks are out of your minds.
The guy from Clay Pigeons.
Right. Hey, I like that movie.
Wow.
I do too. But like 8 people watched it.
Yeah, only 4 other people watched that movie. Yeah. We were 2/3 or we were 1/3 of it.
we were one half of it. No, we were one half of it. Yeah, and Julie.
Oh, that's right.
And Julie, yeah. She did like that movie quite a bit.
Yes, she did. In a moment here, I'll tell you what Julie always said about clay pigeons. Continue.
Very good. So that was a good episode. I don't remember why we had to take that and nuke it.
I don't either.
Did Julie say something that she wasn't supposed to say?
I think she said a lot of things she wasn't supposed to say.
Okay, that we probably ended up nuking that one, but
yeah,
I don't know. But trick or treat's still fine. Anyway, so she so he now we have Vince Vaughn. So we're gonna refer to Vince Vaughn as she now.
Yes.
So she decides I need to go find my friends. So she goes to high school, which also is exactly where he wants to go in Millie's body, because those are the people he likes to kill.
Yes, and he can easily blend in amongst them.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, he's not blending in because apparently just a leather jacket, like all the guys like, wow, who thought she was hot?
Yeah. and serial killer confidence. That's all
right.
It takes.
That's all it took. Anyway, so it's just like, taking the glasses off of Rachel Lee Cook, right? It's like,
yep. Same thing.
It's all you needed. So she and while she's sneaking around the school, she realizes that the Vince Vaughn body smells bad. What's she say? It's like dead fish, or
yeah, it was, I don't remember, but yeah,
it was something. But anyway, so she goes to take a shower in the locker room. Meanwhile, also in the locker room, Millie's main bully, Ryler, who's just a raging bitch, shows up and wants to talk to Millie, or who she thinks is Millie, about being attacked, so that she can get a little bit of she can get a little sniff of that gossip and a little bit of clout. There's a little bit of clout being friends with the person who's now popular because
she's
of
very
the thing.
Much the stereotypical mean girl in this.
Exactly. Exactly.
By the way,
really this mean? Maybe, I don't know.
I have to share this because I found the quote from Julie about clay pigeons. Folks, when it comes to clay pigeons, it's like watching a dark comedy take flight in a small town setting. The film's mix of quirky characters and unexpected turns keep you guessing like a skeet shooter aiming at moving targets.
Wow.
It's no wonder she flew the coop.
Yeah,
right?
She could have gotten a job right in the back of VHS boxes.
Yeah.
Well, she did go become a big time film critic. So but go ahead, continue.
Well,
where are we? So they're both at school.
Yeah.
And
so
Mean Girl's about to get it.
Yeah, so the butcher tells Mean Girl Ryler, which is
I never
that name feels like a take on something like what's the most ridiculous teenage girl name in the year 2020? Ryler, that'll do it. And so they go off into the locker room to have a little girl talk about what happened, because Ryler also gets the sneaking suspicion that the butcher raped Millie also. So this is real juicy shit.
And her treatment, Ryler's treatment of that is almost intrigued.
Yeah.
Not disgusted by it. Ryler
almost into it.
She's a little too into it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But she decides what is it exactly that the butcher does to Ryler that then causes Ryler to go off to the toilet and say, told you, total lesbian.
Oh, she kind of comes on to her. Or at least that's what the way she interprets it. It's really the butcher
right,
kind of going in for the kill,
sizing her up to kill her,
right?
And she's she's into me.
Takes that for her coming on.
That's right. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was anything more obvious than that. I didn't think it was, but
she's kind of fed up at this point. She's like, "Are you going to tell me or not? I drank 10 kombuchas this morning. I gotta go take a leak."
Right, and then she texts she texted 37 people that Millie was a lesbian.
Yeah.
It was a group text. So then she it's around this time that they find that somebody finds Vince Vaughn coming out of the shower. He's got his hair tied up like like a woman would, and the guy like freaks out, like just some random kid. See, and it's like, no. It's like, you just don't tell anybody. It's like, just go on. It's like, get out of here. Well, at that point, I think that guy does say something, to which then the butcher tells Ryler, "You've got to find a place to hide," and throws her into a James Bond. Like,
I think you're mixing it up a little bit too, because when it's the boy, it's when she's using the bathroom. She runs into Kyler. He runs into Kyler.
You mean Ryler?
Ryler, yeah. So when she gets out of the shower, bumps into Ryler, and Ryler then runs to him.
You're right.
The butcher, and that's when the butcher
is like, you got to hide.
You got to hide. You got to hide.
Right. And that's when she throws, or the butcher throws Ryler into a James Bond villain style murder trap.
Yeah. So this is a like some kind of cryotherapy thing, right? Probably for athletes.
Yeah.
Which means that this is a really rich school, because holy shit.
Right.
Like, Blissfield must be doing well.
I mean, it's called Blissfield for a reason.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that first set of murders happened at basically a castle.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It did. They probably were the benefactors of the cryo chamber, or whatever the hell it is. But that thing goes to minus 300 degrees.
That's brilliant. And you know what? When Vince Vaughn opens the thing and then Ryler falls out, I was like, "Oh, break apart. Yeah, break apart."
We didn't mention this because Jeff, Jason, and I saw this. Was this your first time watching it?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
I wanted to see it before, like back when it first hit streaming, but for whatever reason I didn't. But and in fact, I actually kind of forgot about it until you said that you were thinking about it. I was like, "What is that?" Oh, okay, yeah, the Vince Vaughn movie. Yeah.
I mean, I had kind of spaced the whole like Friday the 13th connection to it as well. Otherwise, we could
might have covered it on.
Could have done it for a Friday the 13th. Yeah.
So 0 degrees Kelvin, which is absolute zero, is negative 459 degrees. So,
oh my God. So
negative.
You're like almost 75% on the way to space.
Yeah.
75% on the way to space.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, there's no way in hell a machine has a setting that goes to minus 300.
Well, hell's pretty hot, so.
Well, that's if she turned it the other way. How hot is hell? Yeah.
I don't even know what to say to that. Pretty hot, Jeff.
Pretty hot.
It's like 100 degrees Kelvin.
The Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, says the exact temperature of hell cannot be computed. Okay.
I wonder if Julie would know.
Probably not.
Wait a minute. Wait. They do have an idea. It says here, but the fearful and unbelieving, this is in Revelations, shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone. A lake of molten brimstone means that the temperature must be at or below the boiling point, 444.6 Celsius.
Oh.
So there we go. Now we know how hot hell is. I didn't expect the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, to come through.
Huh.
But it did.
They were probably having fun one time, like trying to
they were probably all like ripped,
date and they were doing Mythbusters on an actual myth,
right. And they're like, I don't know, 444.6. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, write it down and put it on the internet.
So, anyways, Ryler got frozen to shit and blew up when she.
Yeah, I love it. Loved it.
And her hand is still holding the phone.
Yeah. Because she tried to call somebody to get her out of the.
Right.
I really like it when people freeze and fall apart Terminator style.
I do too. It also probably started with Terminator for me.
Yep. That's what I was gonna say. Is that like a Terminator 2 thing?
Yeah.
Or does that happen?
Probably.
That doesn't happen in Terminator, right? Terminator 2.
It's 2.
Just 2.
All right,
I do too, though, Jeff. I do too. Every time, like, yep, perfect.
There was a line that Ryler said, "I didn't come here to clam jam with you."
Oh my God, that killed me too. I didn't come here to clam jam with you.
Oh my God. So this leads. Go ahead.
I mean, like, how many takes do you think that took?
Clam jamming
to like not end up with like an absolute like constant laughing. I mean, because I wouldn't have been able to do, like, if one of you guys told me that in a scene that was supposed to be taken seriously, I wouldn't have been able to do that ever.
Yeah, but I think probably most of them are able to because they're.
Yeah, I was going to say
not the first time. Not the first time.
Maybe not the first time. What I was going to say was Millie has to tell her friends that he is actually Millie.
Uh-huh.
And it's the thing. It's the thing from Big. It's the same damn thing. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
with violence.
She's like, yeah, first they like beat the crap out of her. And she's trying to just defend herself, but she's so strong that she's hurting them.
Right.
She doesn't know how to control her own strength.
This is I think this is the point where she's like, wow, I'm strong, or something. I think is when that line happens.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. But she finally convinces them by answering a series of questions like, what's my
the beaver dance. It was
the beaver dance to get their attention.
She does the beaver dance to get their attention, and then they ask them questions, and then they do their handshake.
Yeah,
and their handshake seals the deal, and that's just like the song that.
Yeah.
Buddy's singing because that's how he convinces him that he's actually a grown man. He sings the song that only they can know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and then he goes to the bathroom and asks, "Do I wipe?" Which fucking kills me.
The sound effect of the flopping ding dong back and forth.
That wasn't a sound effect. That's Vince Vaughn's dick hitting his knee.
They put
I'm pretty sure.
Down there.
Yeah, his knees.
Yes.
Is he got like a Hunter Biden situation down there?
What he say is like a floppy antelope.
Yeah.
Not antelope. Anteater.
Anteater.
Yeah. Anteater. Oh my god.
Anteater.
To which the gay friend is like, really?
Like a deer swinging between his legs that everyone can fawn over.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Boy. Chuck nailed it. Chuck,
right.
Got it.
All right, continue.
I also like the joke when she's like, oh, what is they said something about it? Oh, how big is it? And the one goes like, wait, how big? The gay friend.
Yes, the gay friend. Oh my god.
Oh my god, the gay friend. All of the pictures in his house of him and his mom. Did you notice that detail?
No.
Oh my god, they're everywhere. Everywhere. Every picture in that house is a picture of the gay friend and what's his name?
I don't know. I was looking up Kelvin.
Josh. I think it's Josh.
Yeah, it is Josh. It's Josh.
Every picture is of Josh and his mom, the flight attendant who comes home early. It's hilarious. They're all in like these super lovey poses and everything, but they're everywhere in that house.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
It's funny.
I've been into houses like that.
Yeah.
Where they have like the stairwell from bottom of stairwell to the end of the wall of just family photos, and then up the stairs, family photos. It's like, holy shit, people. You see each other every day. Why do you have to have these pictures up of yourselves?
Yeah,
everywhere.
Because they have this incessant need to have happy times captured in photograph because their lives are a living hell.
But this is over the top. It's really funny that you didn't notice any of them because they're just so over the top. It's really funny. Like you could tell,
like they're goofy pictures and stuff.
Yeah, you could tell you could tell that the two of them on set, they probably just knocked out a bunch of them, and they did all sorts of goofy poses and costumes, and it's funny. Like look at for it. I mean,
there was one on a table.
It's worth just going back to the scene and watching through and just looking for them because they're funny.
There's one on a table I noticed that cracked me up, but I didn't investigate the rest. So
at this point they okay, we need to basically she explains to her friends, it's like he stabbed me with this thing, but it hurt him. So and then the next day we were in these different bodies. So, we need to figure out what that is. And she says that she could hear the name of the knife when it was all happening, and she dreamt about it too. So it's like she said that, and like Josh like almost instantaneously finds out the whole history of it, but he can't read the inscription because it's in Spanish, even though it wouldn't have been Spanish because it looked like it was like Mayan. But whatever, go to the Spanish teacher.
Aren't you in Spanish 3?
Yeah, and he's like, and your point? Yeah, I get it, because it's like I got pretty far up in German, and I don't think I would have been comfortable just reading something in straight German.
The only thing I really remember from Spanish is that my name was Carlos Moss.
Nice.
Which translates to Charles Moore, just for you people out there that didn't take Spanish 3. Go ahead, Jeff. Sorry.
No, he's like, okay, well, take it to the Spanish teacher, and the Spanish teacher says basically, this is the situation, or this is the what
ideas meal.
Yeah, and it's like basically it's like this is some bad shit. And then they figure out it's like, okay, well, we only have like
8 hours
till midnight. So we need to get to the police station, get the knife, find the butcher, and reverse everything. And like while they're trying to figure out like all the order of things that they need to do, like, Millie's like, we have enough time, right? Like, which is kind of it's a clever line, because nobody ever says like, wait a minute, wait. We only have so much. Do we actually have the time,
right,
to do all of this? Because when the moment they said, like, when they figure out everything and you realize it's already in the afternoon, I was thinking the same thing. But anyway, so Vince Vaughn's like, okay, they're gonna have to like try to figure out how to cart Vince Vaughn around town and disguise him, because now the cops have seen them together, the three of them together, and they've escaped from the school from the cops. Because
from Shar, it's Shar
from Shar, it is Shar, because also the butcher, they see her in the hallways, so they're going to capture the butcher, but because the cops had just walked by, Shar being one of them, the butcher, as Millie, basically calls back attention, which forces them to have to split again.
Right. She's like, it's him. It's the Blissfield butcher.
Right.
And they have to run, obviously.
Right. It's kind of funny how much more adept the butcher is being a teenage girl than a teenage girl is to be an adult Vince Vaughn.
I don't know that.
Because there are several times in which she tries to play up being
she has a disadvantage, though. Her picture is all over the news as being the Blissfield butcher, and Millie is a victim.
Yeah.
So the actual Blissfield butcher can always play the victim. I don't remember the name of the store, but they run away and they go into the store.
Is it the discount bargain bin or something like that?
The discount bargain bin.
It's where the mom works.
It's where the mom works, because that was part of the taunt by the mean girl at the beginning.
Yes, but there's this really sweet conversation with Vince Vaughn and the mom about them both having lost somebody, which is really nice.
It was also really just eye rolling too.
It ended up really creepy,
up really creepy and really funny. Like it got really funny. Like you're kind of groaning, like this is goofy, you know. Can we wrap this up? And then it just gets funny. Yeah, but like
because
you're
mom
like,
wants
why
to have
is she?
sex with
It's
their
like it's
daughter.
like it's like why? But also like why are you, pouring your heart out to this guy, and then she kind of like makes it weird. It's like
Yeah.
I'd really like to go out with you. I think.
And he's like, "Oh God, no!"
I mean, oh God, no,
But
coffee
then she
isn't
doesn't
enough.
want to hurt her mom's feelings. Yeah,
Right.
it's really funny. Yeah.
But then the other kids come back, and Jason, I'm going to put you on the spot. What do they come back with?
They come back. Wait.
This cracked me up.
This is my favorite thing in the movie. Is the Aaron Rodgers mask?
It's not just the Aaron Rodgers mask. They actually say the scary Aaron Rodgers mask.
It is scary. And Chuck, how did you describe it? Like
It looks like a mix between Dick Nixon and Ronald Reagan, almost.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
And then
Both of which were California presidents, and Aaron Rodgers went to California.
There you go.
And now she's disguising her Vince Vaughn persona with an Aaron Rodgers mask, and it's hilarious. It's like, how does this not drawing more attention?
Because she can't see out of it either.
And she can't see out of it. She's jumping.
So she's running into people. Yeah.
And it's the way Vince Vaughn does the acting in this, he almost stiffens up. He almost stiffens up, and he can't see, so he's got to turn his head to check his periphery, and it's perfect. It's really good physical acting.
It's you forget sometimes Vince Vaughn was pretty damn good actor, or is a pretty damn good actor.
Yeah.
I mean, he certainly has his, his charms and his moments.
Mm-hmm.
You don't often get to see him like this, though. Mm-mm. Like he's
always
often,
cool guy.
He's always Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's Vince Vaughn because I've never met him, but it's always like the same kind of character, right? Like this gives him, it's like you were saying earlier last week with Tom Hanks, like a new side of this person you never see.
Right.
Or hadn't seen before.
Still funny, but bringing something else to it.
Right, because he's playing a
16-year-old
girl.
Yeah. He actually cannot play himself. He's got to do the opposite of that.
Yes. Yes. It's total opposite.
Almost as far away from any role he's ever done, because it's the exact opposite. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Which, as an actor, I mean, if that's what you want to do, right? You want to take roles like that.
Well, he even makes out with a dude in the.
Oh man, that scene is something else. It is something else. It's my second favorite. My second favorite moment is when that happens. And Vince Vaughn, she says, "Maybe we should wait for when my hands are not bigger than your whole face." It kills me. Oh, it kills me.
Yeah. So they're trying to figure out now. It's like, okay, now we got to find the butcher, and now because all of a sudden everybody thinks Millie is hot because she has serial killer energy. They've taken the football team has taken her to spooky mini golf, or whatever. I want to go there.
That place looked awesome.
Yeah,
yes,
it's like a haunted house and a great times all in one. I love it.
It looked fun. I want to play the mini golf there.
Yes, and so they're like, because they posted it on like Instagram or whatever. They're like, she's gonna kill everybody, and worse, her crush Booker is there.
Booker Strode.
Now, at one point, they call him Booker Looker. And I thought, is that really his name? No, I realized, no, wait, that's not his name. That's her nickname for it.
Yes, because he looks good.
So why did he get a reference, horror name reference, and no one else did? Or I'm just not getting all the other ones.
Oh, you mean Laurie Strode, huh?
Yeah.
The Finneran, the only Finneran I know is The Usual Suspects.
But that's the actress's name.
Detmer isn't a...
Edie Finneran. Oh, yeah, you're right. Jesus.
That's Katie Finneran who plays the mom.
And Kessler.
You're right.
Those aren't horror names, right?
Butcher might be a horror name. I'm not sure.
Butcher. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, it was just an observation. It might not have been intentional.
No, yeah, probably not. Where were we?
There's a
Spooky Golf.
Cooter Spriggans, though.
Cooter Spriggans. Jeez Louise. Okay. So they were at golf, and Millie is going to kill Booker, and she's kind of chasing him, but more like stalking him through.
Well, there is also the one really good line that the one guy basically says he was gonna basically make her wet.
She's like, I can't wait to kill you later.
She says, your touch makes my pussy as dry as sandpaper, you fucking monkey. I can't wait to kill you. And then walks away from him.
And he's like, she wants me.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is about to kill Booker, but Millie as Vince Vaughn, oh my God, this is so confusing. Comes in and basically has to chase Booker down and knock him out with the fucking golf club or something. I can't remember. Is it a golf club he hits him with?
It is, yeah.
To knock him out, and then they've captured. I can't remember how they apprehend Millie, but they capture the Blissfield Butcher.
They knock her out too. I thought.
Well, maybe they knock her out with the club too.
No, they definitely knock out Booker because he's asleep on Josh's couch, and they're like talking about, it's like, he'll be out for a while, and he immediately wakes up.
Yes. So they're at the buddy's house, Josh's house, where all the pictures were that Jason loves.
Yes.
Booker's knocked out on the couch, and the Butcher is tied up in a chair. And this is when they're like, now we need to go get the knife to reverse the curse, basically, which the knife is in evidence at the police station.
Right. So Nyla goes to the police station to basically tell Shar he's chasing after, he made us drive, but we got away, and he's following,
little diversion. Right.
Little diversionary tactics. Sees that Shar conveniently leaves the keys to the evidence locker out. That's bonus.
Shar's terrible at her job.
She kind of is.
Good, yeah.
She is. She's all bravado, right? Like she's not really. She's not good enough at her job. She's almost too laser focused on being cop.
Right. Lady. I am cop. I am
cop.
I am get bad guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly all of her lines. You're right.
Yes.
You got it. You nailed it.
I am run.
I am run.
We need to write a character like that.
Julie was that character, but unfortunately.
Yeah, good point.
So she, but anyway,
she's like, I am fucking out of here.
She is. I am run, and we're like, okay. So then, she gets the knife out. Meanwhile, Josh is left behind with Millie Butcher.
Yes,
and the mom comes home, to which he's got to now explain why his friend is gagged and tied up in the dining room. And he basically tells his mom that it was
they're role playing. Yeah.
To which, I mean, to be honest with you, it's like, okay, well, I mean, yeah, there are games in which you could roll, but the mom connects the dots as far as like, isn't that a sex thing? He's like, well, wait, I got to tell you something, Mom. I am straight. And she's like, reverse, no, you're not.
Yeah.
I mean,
you are many things.
You are not straight.
But straight is not one of them. I love it.
But also during this time, I mean, the whole time Butcher is basically freeing himself while he's trying to get, so basically Butcher gets free, bolts out the door, knocking Josh and Mother out of the way.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And
so now we're back. So now we're back to, oh my God, where's Butcher? Well, she or he had told everybody that if they're going to cancel Homecoming, everybody can party at the old mill, at the old bean factory, or whatever it was, where basically it's going to be a trap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And while that is going to happen at the police station, Jason, your second favorite scene is ongoing because Booker is flirting with Vince Vaughn, which is hilarious. They're having a conversation about
well, because Millie at one point left an anonymous poem in his locker, and that's how she was able to convince Booker that you might be looking at Vince Vaughn, but it's actually me, Kathryn Newton.
Right. All right. What am I looking at here?
That's just, I just sent them.
Okay.
I just sent them one of the pictures of the mother and son.
It's hilarious. They're like
there's a bunch more, but I can't find them.
They're like dressed up like French mimes or something.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch.
But so anyway. Jason, what is this scene in the car?
Well, the reason that, did you mention this already? The reason that she's able to convince.
Yeah, Booker, I literally just said this.
The poem. The poem. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And so now he's kind of like, oh, I was digging that. I was hoping it was Millie, right? And so now they're kind of talking in the car and they're flirting a little bit, and it's funny because it's Vince Vaughn's in the back seat and Booker's in the passenger seat up front. He's like, can I get back there with you?
Felt a little far away.
A little far away. So he gets in the back seat with Millie as Vince Vaughn, and Millie, oh my God, this is great. When Booker is like in that one liminal space, right, between moving from the front seat to the back seat, but both the doors are closed, and he's getting up. She's like trying to like compose herself. Vince Vaughn, she's getting all nervous. It's just little ticks, but it's really good. And then he sits in the back seat with her, and it gets weird.
It does get weird,
but it's also really like it's so because like he's like he even says something like it's like I want to kiss you right now, and she's like, but I I look like this, or it's like
I have yellow teeth or something like that.
Yeah, it's like
a homeless man with brown teeth,
right? And he's like, but you're in there, and it's like it's this whole, it's like it's so played up to be so romantic.
Oh yeah,
but it's just gonna be Vince Vaughn, just like palming this dude's face as they make out.
Yes, and that's what it is, and then they don't continue. It's like,
right,
let's wait until my hand's not as big as your whole face. Yeah.
Totally body shaming large girls with big hands, but
wow.
Oh, cancel this movie.
Yep.
God damn it.
So yeah, we're pretty close to the end here, right? Like,
well, everything converges in the police station for a second.
Yep.
And now Vince Vaughn, Millie is gotta basically, her sister has a gun pointed at her, and they're able to kind of struggle and she gets her locked into the jail cell. Millie's sister gets locked into the jail cell. And then, but in the meantime, the dagger has been stolen by the butcher. The butcher gets away, almost runs over Josh, and then they all realize that they've got to go to the mill to find the dagger, because that's where the butcher is heading. So that's where we go. Yep.
And the rest of this movie is run of the mill.
Yeah, it is. Oh no! Because
I almost slid one in there.
Dang.
And Jason's like, yeah, it's totally right in the middle. It's not very good. And I'm like, that's a good joke.
Julie would have loved it.
It's not that it's not any good, but it is kind of run of the mill, right? It is
a little bit.
Well, I don't know. There's some good kills to come.
Well, yes, that is true. We didn't
because there's not been a whole bunch of kills to this point.
Yeah, because the only one we had after the first, only two we had after the first were the cryo chamber and the teacher, the shop teacher. That's
which we didn't talk
about. We have not talked enough about Alan Ruck.
Yeah, we haven't really at all.
The captain of the Enterprise B in part of the missing era of Star Trek.
Best friend.
Yeah,
whatever. He's Captain John Harriman.
Okay, so let's
he completely berates Millie. He has it
really out for Millie her
for no reason.
Yes.
He's telling her, he's giving her different deadlines for projects, moving up deadlines on her unexpectedly. He really doesn't like her.
Like, it's almost as if she has the fucking audacity to have had her dad die.
Right. It makes me wonder, like, the way people treat her in this movie, and I know it's just a movie, but like, what is she like that makes people hate her so much?
They hate her a lot.
She's just like, probably like keeps to herself chick, it seems like.
You don't get vilified by a teacher for that.
Well, no, but I think it's just
Alan Ruck is inexplicable. His character is inexplicable.
It is inexplicable.
I mean, he is just it's just, movie dickhead,
Yeah, they gotta
have somebody to root to die.
They gotta make you really hate the teacher and make him deserve the death that he gets. Yeah.
Right.
I love that essentially, I mean, we're jumping all the way to the end here, but I love that Millie is completely and totally scot-free from all the killings. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're like, well, what are you going to tell everybody? It's like, I don't know, maybe some version of the truth, and it's like, yeah, but she's not in jail at the end,
Nope.
I mean, in the real world, her fingerprints would have been all over some of that shit. So it'd be hard for her to get out of it. But in the movie world, yeah, she gets off scot-free.
Yep. Perfect.
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 Well, the butcher takes down the 3 high school boys from earlier.
Yep.
Chainsaws one in the dick.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cuts one, gets one of the guys with a hook in the eye.
Yeah.
Busts through a wall to get that guy. So she's got a little bit of strength still, or he's got a little bit of strength still in her body.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The scene with the teacher also kind of helps establish the fact and creates a little bit of comedy around the fact that he's not as strong as he used to be, right?
Yeah.
So he's taking it a little bit for granted, his strength. So Alan Ruck kicks the shit out of him as Millie.
Yeah. That was, I mean, yeah. I mean, it bears repeating. Alan Ruck thinks this is Millie.
Yeah.
Takes the shit out of her. I mean, granted, I mean, she did attack him.
She did come at him with a screwdriver or whatever. Yeah, but
just personal growth for the Blissfield butcher because they have to rely on guile instead of brute strength, right?
Yes, right.
I'm half kidding, but
I do like that we are told exactly what that was going to be because she puts on the apron. She puts on the goggles. She turns the table saw. It's like, I mean, oh boy, Alan Ruck's gonna get it good.
It's almost like Patrick Bateman-esque.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. I was excited that it looked as though Alan Ruck was going to get everything he deserved in this movie.
And he does. He gets ripped in half.
Oh man.
Really, and you see it all. You see everything.
Yep.
You'll love it.
So anyway, we have the showdown at this point.
She's dispatched the 3 football douches. And so now it becomes it's literally what, 4 against 1, right? Everybody has a role to play in this.
Yeah.
And like, because they're also like,
Oh, and the cops
tossing.
are there, and they've seen the whole time. The cops are after Millie's friends because they've always been seen with the butcher.
Right.
Yeah.
So they see them at the party and are running after them as well. Um, and then yeah, I mean, what it comes down to is they're able to hold the butcher down, and Millie
Stab.
raises the dagger and stabs him, but right before she does it, she's her alarm goes off for like 24 hours, right? And she thinks that she's too late. But if you remembered from earlier,
She was always late to
she was always
Alan
late to
Ruck's.
things and Booker told her to set her watch 5 minutes ahead.
And if you don't remember that, the movie will tell
It
you to
will
remember
remind
that.
you. Yes, it will. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Because the
and
government doesn't think you're that clever.
Oh my God.
well, this movie
Those annoy me
is.
so much. I'm sorry.
Me too.
I mean, the movie is not really made for us,
No, it's not. But still.
but
Every
yeah.
movie's made for me, Jeff. Shut up.
Well,
I'm joking.
I actually
I'm
wonder
sorry.
how many people really knew. Why would they notice? What would they know Vince Vaughn from?
Like from people that were probably like
Dodgeball.
18, 17.
Dodgeball? Yeah, yeah, right. Like late high school, college kids age. What would they know Vince Vaughn from?
I don't know. I don't know that
Anchor.
that's important in this movie, right?
No, I'm
Like
just
it's a
wondering.
benefit.
I'm
No, I
wondering
think that's a legit.
if they just don't. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I mean. Like, was it casting good in the sense that it could appeal to two audiences because they use Vince Vaughn because guys like us will know who the fuck Vince Vaughn is, right?
Right. I mean, that's definitely a part of the fun of this movie for me is that Vince Vaughn against type.
Right, I understand
For sure.
that.
No, I'm
But
just
for like the target
yeah,
audience, not
that's what
necessarily.
yeah. I
Yeah,
was trying to add color to that.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You got it.
I mean, there could be a considerable number of college kids who grew up on like, I don't know, Fred Claus or something,
They're probably
or
like no,
Wedding Crashers, or
they're
Wedding
probably
Crashers,
like
maybe.
that's the guy from the fight scene in Anchorman.
Yeah,
yeah,
right. Something like that.
or
Fred Claus. Jeff, you're such a knucklehead.
I mean, he is also in Zoolander, and a lot of people have seen Zoolander. I am not one of those people. I've not seen.
He's not like really prominent in that though.
Well, no, but I mean, look what it did for Billy Zane.
Yeah,
I can't
go listen
can't tell
to
if
friend Billy
serious.
Zane over there.
Surprised you haven't brought up Hacksaw Ridge yet as a reason thing.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that was nominated for Best Picture, so
I mean, Vince Vaughn really, for a large part, like didn't do much after 2010. That was huge, right?
not really.
If
I mean,
you gotta
Hacksaw Ridge
really-
was big, but that's
I think you got to really go back to Wedding Crashers, and that was 2005. So it's 15 years before this movie came out.
Yeah, he did do that season of True Detective, but that might have been after this.
Man, ain't no kids in high school.
No, you're right. You're right.
2020 while watching True Detective. Yeah,
I'm thinking more than anything is probably Dodgeball.
probably. I think you're probably right.
Either way, I think his performance is good enough standalone. Forget the nostalgia of Vince Vaughn and what we know of Vince Vaughn that it plays, right? It plays.
Sure. It does.
Regardless.
Yeah, because as we established, it's not Vince Vaughn just doing Vince Vaughn, right?
Right.
He's acting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, so she goes ahead and stabs the butcher, and they do the whole like Aztec pyramid shit comes out of the clouds again, and they swap bodies. And then what do they ask her to confirm that the swap
About who's her favorite athlete? She doesn't like sports.
I fucking hate sports.
It would have been hilarious if she said Aaron Rodgers, though.
Oh, it would be.
Oh my God. That would have been a great joke.
But because I thought that's what she was going to say. But
I
anyway.
did too, yeah, I did too.
But anyway, yeah, but then the killer is back up on his feet now. And so, now we got Vince Vaughn as Killer Man.
Yep.
But good news, the cops were close behind.
Yeah, shoot that
man, shoot that motherfucker is what.
Motherfucker, yeah.
Yeah. Shoot that motherfucker. And they do. But not well enough.
Like
Michael Myers.
Like any good Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers, the killer does not go down by mere bullets.
Nope. He's in the ambulance.
You gotta stake that motherfucker through the heart.
Right.
Something more than a couple bullets.
Yeah, the ambulance.
Ambulance.
All right.
Ambulance.
I'll let you go with that.
And then I like the fact that they don't actually show him get back up. They just kind of show how he's able to show that.
Yeah, he took the heart monitor off.
Took it off.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to home, and Millie and mom are, they're having mom, daughter, and mom's like, you can go off to college, it's fine. And Shar comes home, but seems as though Shar left the door open again. She's not a very good daughter either. She's not a very good cop. She's not a very good daughter. But we also know what's going on.
Dewey.
No, she really wants to be Dewey. She's no Dewey.
Yeah.
But we know what this all is. We have Vince Vaughn back in the house. And so now it's the three Millie ladies. What's their last name?
3 Millie ladies.
Kessler. The Kessler ladies have to take down, but he's tossing some of them around, like literally tossing them around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were told he was strong, and he's strong.
He is. He be strong. That is true. But eventually,
through the strength of a whole family, they defeat him.
Impales him.
Yeah, they beat him up together, all doing a signature Kessler move. And
dropping elbows and everything.
Yeah. They're like the Von Erichs.
For some reason, every time I hear that, I think, oh, wait, is that the family from Sound of Music?
Oh, Von Traps.
Yeah, that's the Von Traps.
But now I want the Von Traps to be a whole wrestling family.
That would be
taking down Nazis with wrestling moves.
The hills are alive with the sound of elbows. Okay, I think that did it. I think I did it.
Yeah, this is a fun movie. I mean, if you're a fan of slashers, particularly, I mean, like
comedic slashers,
like the 80s slashers, the ones that have something to kind of it doesn't take itself too seriously, really. There's something to kind of laugh. Like I'm talking like Friday the 13th Part 6 type, like that kind of sensibility, right?
Yeah.
This is a good one. I may watch this again in an October watch. I mean, it certainly has an October feel because of Homecoming. It's fall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be a good fall watch. I definitely give this a big thumbs up for the first time seeing.
You know what else I'm going to give a thumbs up?
What's that?
AI, ChatGPT. You might have heard us mention Julie. We refer to her as with her name, the Backseat Driver. Julie, the Backseat Driver. I was doing some stuff on an AI program, and I asked it about Film Seizure, the hosts of Film Seizure, and it correctly named the three of us. And it incorrectly named a fourth host called Julie, the Backseat Driver, who sometime in the past left the show. The funny thing to me about this whole thing is when I started to do follow-up questions about Julie, the Backseat Driver, the AI insisted she did not exist anymore. So I don't know
We
how
apologize
successful.
to Julie's family for erasing her from this timeline,
Yeah.
but she had to go.
Yeah, she had to go. She had to go. But it was funny to us that we had a fourth host that we didn't even know about that ChatGPT created. So we infused her into the episode.
And now because we've now put this out into the world, Julie is officially a member of Film Seizure
Yeah, for sure.
because it's in there now. It's in all their algorithms.
Yeah. Yep.
She has reconstituted and has rejoined society.
We have conjured her because AI conjured her.
Yeah. Once this episode posts, I'll come back and ask ChatGPT about her again and see if it's like, oh yeah, she was on the Freaky episode.
Yeah. Julie, we never knew you, but we love you.
Yeah, thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie.
I didn't like her much.
You didn't care for that one.
No, I didn't. She wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, you replaced her with me. I'm Chuck, the backseat driver.
But then we asked you to move up front because you're kind of far away back there.
Yeah, I was kind of far away, but I was actually hoping one of you would come back there with me.
Well, unfortunately, none of us have hands as big as your face.
True that. What's next week, Jeffrey?
Next week. So this was also, this was chosen as a bridging the gap between the niceness of Big, which is in and of itself is a body change type of movie, to basically what's going to be a 6-week run of horror movies. Because it is that time of year. It's time to be, it actually technically Freaky makes it 7 weeks in a row. But it has the comedy and it has the body thing, right?
That's a good segue, right?
Yeah, it's a good segue, which is exactly why Chuck picked it, and then Jason didn't figure that out until like 30 minutes ago.
Even though I explained it weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. So next week, we are going to get the Halloween season started early with an 80s classic, The Wraith.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So next, so that is on Wednesday, the 20th of September.
Big time childhood nostalgia on this one. Yeah.
I only just recently watched it some years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago. So yeah, good stuff. That is next Wednesday, filmseizure.com. That's also where you can find out where we post everything, where you can follow us with various stuff. And this upcoming Monday for Monster Mondays, I am going to be talking about Ginger Snaps, a little werewolf action.
Good stuff.
So that is also at filmseizure.com. But yeah, you can follow us Facebook, Instagram, Threads. Yeah, that's where you can find out where the stuff is.
Yeah.
This Friday at my website, bmovieanima.com, it is the halfway, like right in the center of Russ Meyer Month 2 with Finders, Keepers, Lovers, Weepers.
Ooh.
Not a bad little movie. It's
oh, really?
I mean, it's almost good, but it's not bad, if that makes sense. I mean, it's all right. Come and read about it. You can find out where it went wrong. So yeah, that is at my website, bmovieanima.com. And yeah, so you know what? Let's get to some ghostly action next week with the Wraith.
Yeah.
And we'll see you back there, or back here then. Back there when I just broke. I'm sorry. We'll see you here then. And until then, I am Jeff Arbuckle.
I'm Chuck Moore. And as Julie used to say, until next time, happy watching from the back seat.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
No. I know. No. I was going to do.
She was way too into the back seat.
This is Julie, the backseat driver, and this is Film Seizure, y'all.
Way better. You got to keep that in.
You
have to keep that in.